Okay, quick bit of housekeeping here. We've just reached a new threshold with numbers of members. Um, I will encourage all of you once again to become a subscriber on YouTube. I just received a notice from YouTube that we've reached 100 recognized subscribers. Yay! When we reach 1,000 recognized subscribers, which doesn't mean you have to do anything. You don't have to go to YouTube and only listen through that medium or do anything else. What it means is that you have become a subscriber and you will follow the channel sometimes. Whoop-de-doop-de. I've got 4 channels that I follow about 4 times a year. When I bring songs up into our Facebook area, those are channels that I've saved and followed from previous Christmas, previous Easter. So those are the channels I subscribe to. Once we get 1,000 subscribers, then we will get our own designated webpage for our channel. And I think that would be just cool for us, because then it's easier to get to it and it's easier to find. Okay? So it doesn't matter if you're an Instagram user or if you're a Facebook user. YouTube is where the videos are first uploaded every day, and then they are converted over to Facebook and over to Instagram. Here's our lesson for today. Having enough courage for everything. What does it mean to hold out? To have the strength to keep going despite everything. To swim against the current. To hold out is not a passive action. On the contrary, it requires the courage to take a new path, knowing it will bear fruit. If to hold out means to find reasons for not giving up when confronted with difficulties, knowing that we do not experience them alone but together, and that only together can we overcome these difficulties put in our path. To hold out against every temptation, to give up and fall into loneliness and sadness. Let us ask the Lord to always help us to find serenity and joy. It is time that the poor be given back their voice. For too long their requests have remained unheard. It is time that eyes be opened to see the state of inequality in which many families, and especially children, live. It is time for sleeves to be rolled up so dignity can be restored by creating jobs, building proper homes for each part of the world, and providing clinics and hospitals with full supplies, sterile rooms, air conditioning to keep all rooms in that area sterile, and food service within the facility, so that diet is provided as part of the medical care and available below cost to the patient's family members too. For food and eating together is a part of the tradition and is a part of the healing process. It assists in healing of any person of the family required to remain at hospital. It is a time to be scandalized once again before the reality of children who are starving, reduced to slavery, and then tossed in the water after the sinking of a boat that was far too old and had far too many people upon it, allowing the drowned bodies of these children to float away downstream before authorities arrived to see how truly crowded that boat was. Children on the run from evil that only humans would inflict upon others of their same kind, killing women, children, and the elderly in one of those undeclared wars. So egregious a sin, such evil occurring year after year after year, but none of the witnesses to this slow motion mass murder, this openly created death camp only for women and children, that the rich Western countries make great speeches about helping, but after nearly a decade and over 3 million children murdered and more through starvation, infection from untreated wounds of war, and drowning. Only the world leaders appear to not know about them. It is time that the silence of apathy, the silence of indifference, the appearance of disbelief of these world leaders ends, and they start denunciating every single one of the countries and working as a world community to save those children. Under the Emergency Act of the United Nations, they can go in there with United Nations troops and bring those people out. They can go to the United States for asylum. Same with the children on the southern border. Realize that all those with access to the world news know of these children's deaths. Deaths that are 4.75 times greater the volume, and at 6 times the greater the speed than the fastest infection mortality rate of COVID at any time. We have likely already lost the greatest minds of 3 generations. We lost the mind that would unlock the cure of lung cancer. We've lost the mind that would have cured breast cancer, prostate cancer, leukemia, multiple myeloma, skin cancer. We've lost the mind that would have healed multiple sclerosis, ALS, otherwise known as Lou Gehrig's disease, Parkinson's. These minds were killed by indifference, inaction, and just being so fraught we can't do anything, and doing nothing to let them be murdered. When you let someone starve in front of you, you have murdered them. When you take away their medical supplies, you have killed them. When you stand by and watch a sniper's bullet go through the heads of 2 different children standing 6 feet apart, you are the sniper. For you did nothing. How many more years? How much longer Do something today. Call your senator. Email your entire congressional representative group for your house. You have a senator. You have a congressional representative. But you can do the entire congressional group for your state. And both senators. And if they have been there for more than one session, ask them how many children they're going to kill today. Ask them how many children they're going to starve today. Or how many children they're going to rape and murder on the Mexican border. Or if they're still taking their delusion medicine because they think Trump won. Because if we have any more delusional congressional representatives, it will be time to just put it all in the water. Think about that. When there are enough people holding on to this same delusion, and you're the one who knows the truth, will you speak out